All right, welcome back to the AVGL Black Ops 3 College Division. We're in our second night of action. We have the College of Staten Island versus Ohio State. And College of Staten Island has gone up to an easy 2-0. It seems like a very, commanding 250-40 in the hard point and a 6-0 in the Search and Destroy. We're now heading up into Uplink on Fringe. And, Isaiah, what's your kind of opinion on Uplink as a game mode? Because it's fairly new.
Uplink, it grows on you. You have to learn how to dunk it. You got to get those 3 points. Just kidding. You can only get 1 or 2.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. If you could actually, if it was real basketball rules, that would see a lot more. It's like throws and blocks. That would be very interesting.
I mean, you can't intercept it.
You can intercept it, and we've seen some huge plays in the Pro League about that. But we're gonna be hopping into the pick and bans for this. And we'll see.
I would not be surprised to see high caliber, stand. Oh, grip.
The grip protect again from Munman. Same thing as last time. Didn't really help him out in that search and destroy. But of course, the respawns are more Slayer oriented, so maybe we'll make it different this time.
Concussion.
Yeah, concussion is another easy ban to stop. There's that high caliber you were talking about. The high caliber, especially if you also put long barrel on something like the M8 or really any of the ARs. I mean, it's a laser. It will just take players out in 1-2 shots.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Yeah, it's good to just ban that, and so you don't feel like you're getting completely melted all the time. And we'll see.
I always ban that.
Yeah, the scythe being banned.
Wow, interesting.
What do you think about that?
It's not a bad ban, honestly, because that can do if that thing's top barn, for instance, or top grandma, it can hold down a pretty big part of the map.
Yeah, overdrive, another ban we see a lot of in Uplink. It's pretty much, that's something that would go on that, sort of OBJ player to just take the ball and sprint towards the goal.
We've seen it happen.
Yeah, the rest of the bans, CUDA, overclock, rapid fire, nothing crazy there.
Right, so
we'll hop into the specialist draft. Anything different you're looking for here?
I don't think so. I think we're going to see a lot of the same stuff from what we've been seeing in the hard points,
Yeah, for sure.
Two tactical specialists, 2 killing specialists.
Yeah, there we go. We see the Tempest again coming out for Ohio State. See if they can do anything with that. I would say maybe not as useful in the uplink because I think the main advantage of the Tempest is being able to chain those kills. Yeah. And it's definitely still a possibility, but I think it will happen less. Psychosis, of course, the Psychosis clones, if you're carrying the ball, will also have the ball. So I think that's where we might see
when
that
trying to go for dunks,
be used to confuse the enemy team. Kinetic armor, very important if you're just barely almost getting to the goal and you need that last bit of protection to get in there. Active camo is going to be interesting. Tempest. Yeah, so a Tempest out for both teams. Only one of those, offensive weapon specialists that you were talking about. And looking at this, Tempest, kinetic armor, active camo, heat wave for the College of Staten Island, and Tempest, Psychosis, glitch.
The only thing questionable on Ohio State is the glitch. Very interesting.
We'll see. I think it's not. I think it can be used well. I think in respawns, it's a little.
It's very situational.
Yeah, in respawns, I think it's a little more dangerous because.
Especially in Uplink.
Yeah, when you pick it in Search and Destroy, you kind of have this idea of, okay, I'm going to push into this site, and if things are going bad, I will glitch. It's a little bit more not that simple. It's not that simple when you're playing something like Uplink.
It can actually put you in a worse position.
Right, it could put you in a worse position because it's more chaotic, and also, it comes down to your reaction time. Are you able to hit it in time? What's the trade-off between trying to hit glitch in time and just going for the gunfight?
Exactly.
So that's something, that's very much heightened in respawns.
It's a very tricky specialist.
Yeah, so...
especially in respawn.
It can be used well, but it is definitely, you have to know what you're doing.
I mean, he might as well just have run kinetic armor,
Yeah, for sure. Kinetic armor does kind of have that same
I feel like that would have benefited him more.
Yeah, that is definitely arguably kind of a stronger, specialist in this case. Ohio State, I really hope they have, some specific strategies for this map. Fringe, what's the big part, what's the big areas of this map that players should be looking out for?
They should be looking out for the overextensions, the OEs. Those are
that's something you see a lot in Uplink is, who's going to try and just lay out the base You know, you might even try to get behind them.
Or who's going to pick up the kill OE, you know?
Right, exactly. You know, those are all very important things. We'll be able to see if Ohio State can make this 2-1 and survive the 3-0 sweep right now. All right, here we go. We're in game now as these players are picking their first classes for the breakout. Ooh, the Dracon Thermal.
Wow.
That's definitely a sit.
You know,
I expect him to go top barn.
Top barn, yep.
Top barn is where
he's
I
think go there and do
he's
some
going to go right there and just try to pick off kills for players rushing right towards that ball. And this is Slazer.
He uses smokes, you know, he has a thermal.
Slazer, using this LNG.
He does throw a couple smokes. Yep.
Throws a couple smokes with that thermal.
Team kills.
Interesting. There. Maybe there's
all right,
something. Maybe they're just having a little fun with this one. I don't know.
Who knows?
But we're gonna just keep going. Seaput, these are amateurs. Maybe they're being a little, rambunctious.
They did win the past 2 games. So.
Yeah. So Seaput though is gonna have the ball for Ohio State, but just like that, Staten Island people are behind him. He throws up that ball.
Not gonna connect.
Yeah, that is not even close. There's gonna be a player rotating back around to grab that. That is going to be Carmine, who was able to pick up the ball. Is going to run it down this tracks. Actually, no, he's going straight up mid, and that is
he can do something with this.
It is an interesting strategy. He might be able to get the throw off.
He can get a point here.
Oh wow, yeah, they just run through, passes it. Oh, hits the truck.
They're going for a dunk.
Yep, and that's the easy 2-point dunk right there. Oh, and slides around and is able to get out of there as his teammate Examples there is really able to pick up the kills and allow him to dunk that. He's running the Pharaoh, a favored gun of mine, and this is exactly what we're talking about. It seems like, you have that player on the OE there. Munman is here. He's trying to clear out.
He's looking for someone, Grandma's.
Yeah. He's in Grandma's and he's just trying to clear things out. There's a player right to his right. If he pushes out this window, he'll probably die. He does spot the ball carrier.
Oh, gets picked off from top Grandma's.
Yes. Nicholas has the ball, or had it, threw it right over, got the 1 point. That was a nice throw from him.
P06, what a wonderful gun.
Yeah, that is certainly...
Oh, so close, man.
Yes.
Good try, Nick.
MJR, though, able to pick up that last kill. Ball's still down. Nobody's picked it up. Carmine is able to get behind him.
Almost full
picks
streaks.
Up the 2-piece. Picks up the 3-piece. Full streaks for him. The Sentry, he's going to throw that down offensively. Do you really think that's the best position for it?
It was a quick spot to put it down. It can get kills. It's in its spawn. Yeah, it's a decent place to put it.
Yeah, when you have Sentry guns, there's really 2 options. Do you use it defensively or do you use it offensively? And obviously they've elected to use it offensively, and it almost seems like now they're just kind of playing keep away a bit. They have a lot of points.
Yep,
they're just passing it back and forth, trying to keep position away from OSU as the drone will let him run that right in 7-0. And looking at that, let's actually stay on board with Carmine. He's 13-0. He is yet to die.
He's
so you know
what?
Nuclear. We are just going to stay on board with him. There's no point in switching. Make that 14-0. And wow, I mean, this is not the start you really wanted from Ohio State. Gets Heat Wave though, or flashed it, doesn't even do anything. Still able to pick up kills. That's 3 down. And look at that, pops the kinetic armor. That was a really smart use of it there while he was flashed. And that means he stays alive, keeps the streak alive, 15-0. Pushing around, does find the assist on one. He is kind of half health, but doesn't have a lot of bullets, has 2 players around him. This might be it,
he goes down.
MJR finally able to bring him down, but Nicholas, just like that, I mean, they're all in their base. There's nothing they could do. That throw goes up and over and will not connect. So maybe someone from Ohio State, yes, that is MJR, on the back of a Seaport 2-piece will be able to start pushing this out tracks, but
running out of the map.
I think he might have lagged a bit there. Of course, these teams are switching hosts, and they did vetoes for host, and I sure hope they did a lag test beforehand. So Slazer, though, going to have the ball going for right over the house throw, and will it connect? No, it won't. That will stay right in the back of the base again. But nobody from Ohio State's there to really pick it up. They're all on the overextend, and, Staten Island's just running their base.
They're just getting these easy dunks.
9-0 with a minute left in this half. What do you think Ohio State has to do to get back into this?
They need to really, rethink their play style, They've been turtling in their base, getting picked off.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of their timing has been off in terms of when they've, turtled, when they've OE'd. And it seems like they're just doing that at the wrong times and completely forfeiting control of their base. Though it seems like a couple players on the spawn will be able to take out the Staten Island pushers there. Bean has the ball and is going to be running it through 10.
Can he make something happen?
And he has a couple players from Ohio State. Is he going to just try to get it out in mid, almost like a fake out? Is a player there to catch it? Let's see. Oh, yes. Wow, that was a very interesting throw. That is some definitely interesting
Let's see if
strategy.
they can work something together here.
Makes him think they're going one way, throws it the other, but he finds a player and nothing he can do about that. MJR there to try to get something. No, C-Point now pushing up into the base. See if they can try to get something, but with 10 seconds left in the round, and with the ball in the hands of Staten Island, they may even be able to get something before it end of this half, make it 10. Oh no, it goes down, and that should secure just a simple, well, simple I say, 9-0. And wow, so 9-0, definitely not, insurmountable.
Ohio State was kind of showing a little light at the end.
Yeah, they definitely look like
they're kind of throwing something together. They're not giving up yet.
It looks like they have some strategies for scoring the drone, but I think the problem is they're not even able to get possession. And that's really the key is, you can have all the strategies and all the runs you want, but when you can't even hold on to the ball for more than 10 seconds, it's all for nothing. We'll see Slazer, 8-6, still has that Dracon. Let's see what he can do with it. Players pushing through 10. That's a very interesting start from Ohio State, but I can see why they're doing it. The Dracon comes out. Players in the thermal with the smokes. He's just going to take them out. Only is able to get one, though. We'll push around. MJR with a nice two-piece on top of Grandma.
He hit the
able to stay away and stay alive. That ball is still down by 10, and somebody's going to be picking that up. That's Munman. Let's see if he's able to make something happen, get their first score of the game. Has MJR in front of him to hopefully slay out, and I think this might... Oh, no! Carmine with a huge two-piece completely shuts down the rush, and just like that, the ball is going the other way. Bean, though, in a very good position to get a two-piece of his own and shut down the rush from Staten Island, but no. Examples comes around the corner and is able to take him out. 3 down now. Staten Island is going to be able to really make a push of this. Let's see. That's Carmine with the ball. He's pushing towards his barn. Nope, throws it back to his friend there in bricks, and we'll see. Going right over the barn. Will he be able to score it? Is that going to go through? No. Goes wide, goes way back in the back of the map, so that means Ohio State might be able to grab that. But it looks like there might be players, yes, that's examples, that was there picking up some kills, and they're going to play that. Now, Isaiah, what's the strategy really in terms of when you want to throw the ball out as opposed to running it?
You can run it when if you see like a whole lane is clear, but you want to generally throw it out if no enemies are closing in on you.
Yeah, and you also want to try to see, are your teammates around the respawn of the drone? Because, if you're just throwing out and 3 of your enemies are sitting on top of it, then that's not going to do you no good. Nicholas with some fancy moves, able to go right up and get that throw. Looks like all these players on Staten Island know what they're doing. 3 down again, and they just absolutely have this relay set up completely. I mean, 31-5. Carmine is just absolutely decimating Ohio State. I mean, he is practically 1v4ing, and he has the most points to, or he did, he's 32-6. They have the most kills. I mean, look at this. They really, it seems like they had this down to a science, practically, in terms of that throw over the top of
It's
barn.
Almost like Staten Island said before this game even happened. Carmine, you're going to be the only one playing for us, right, dude?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And he has the ball with the RC and the kinetic armor. We'll see if he pops it. Taking an interesting route, trying to juke him out. One player at the car. Oh, the Tempest does come in handy, and Nicholas is able to take him out. And we'll see now. Nicholas, though, has the lightning strike. Looks like he might have just pinged it. Nope, goes for a quick throw it out. Gets a kill with it. A kill with his sentry and a team kill. So not the best there, but finds the player with the ball, able to get the shots down on him. Will pick him up. He will start getting that ball the other way. We'll have a player here that's going to challenge him. Will he get... Oh, the slide into the punch. And that is just absolutely... Oh my god, the active camo gets popped. They aren't able to shoot him, and wow. If that had gone in, that would have been incredible.
They can run a 10. Let's see if they run a 10.
Yep, so Munman, we'll see if he elects to throw it.
Yep.
He's going to run right into a Cerberus. That is not good for him. Yeah, Slazer with a shotgun will take him out and grab that ball very close to the goal. And Honestly, I think we're at the point. Oh, goes with the nice little
dunk.
360. I mean, at this point, 16-0 with a minute and a half.
Put that on the highlight reel.
I do not think there is anything that Ohio State can do. They're definitely going to get swept 3-0 here. You know, we were looking there at the start of the hard point, way back at the start of this match. It looked like Ohio State would be able to put up some opposition to Staten Island, but since then, since halfway through that first game of this series, I mean, Staten Island's been firing on all cylinders.
Yep. You know, Ohio State has a lot to learn. I can tell they're a young team. You know, they got to run some team scrims, you know?
Yeah, of course, you know, this was a free open entry, tournament, so a lot of these teams could be, practically pickup teams who decided to just come together for this. So they could be, have only been playing together for a couple weeks. So they have, they have a whole nother week to practice before their matches next week and to try to secure that top 8 spot. I believe they were 2-0 coming into this night. So maybe Staten Island is a team to watch out for, like Macon State or, the teams that played last night. We'll see if this year Staten Island could be a team we see making a run toward the top 8 of the bracket. So Carmine going for a last-second push, 17-0. And what do you really think is the main thing that Ohio State has to work on going into next week? Misses the dunk. But
they need to work a lot on team coordination. It seems like they were grabbing the ball by themselves too much, getting picked off way too much by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that really goes?
I mean, they did throw a few plays together. One was Junkyard, and he threw it all the way.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was a good plan. But the guy that was tracked didn't have enough people with him, so he couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, they were kind of hoping that Staten Island would commit all of their, attention to that player running towards 10. But obviously, I think they may be a little bit smarter than that as they won this 19-0 with the quick 3-0 over Ohio State. And
yeah, they just had all the momentum going into this series.
I mean, look at that. Only one player went positive, and you have a player that went triple negative.
Look at Carmine, dude.
Yeah, throwing out the choke.
10, dude.
Carmine, though, 38-10. Nicholas, 21-17. I mean, Examples, 28-12. Everyone on their team wildly positive.
He's good. He has potential, man. He needs to start shot calling more, I think. I think that'd help out there.
Yeah, I think, communication and strategy and shot calling is something that comes with time and comes with practice. It's because it's about your team chemistry and how you guys are able to communicate with each other, and I think having a designated strategic person, having a designated shot caller.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
It's
a big difference.
Yeah, it can make a difference. I mean, we see that in all sorts of esports, also in Call of Duty, but in League of Legends and all of them, and Counter-Strike too. Counter-Strike, a big one where you really need that designated person to say, oh, hey, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you kind of need to find that balance between being strict and being flexible with your strategies. And like we said, it looked like that Ohio State had the groundwork for some good ideas in hardpoint. I mean, in all 3 game types, they had good ideas. For hardpoint, search and destroy, and uplink, they were all looked like they knew what they should be doing.
They were trying,
but they weren't able to execute it. And I think that was the big problem, was the execution. That's where the
shot calling comes in.
Right, exactly. Shot calling, a very important part of executing those strategies. So that's going to do it for our first match of the night. We're going to be back in a little bit with our second match. I believe it's another team that's 2-0 versus another team that's 2-0. So hopefully this one will be a lot more exciting, and we'll see you then.